explaining about the concept is supplier functional interface. When comparing with all these four functional interface, supplier will be very easy. Let me show you the documentation. So supplier functional interface is having only one abstract method called get. Get method is not expecting any parameter, but it will produce a result of type T. I mean, it can return output will be type T. Let me write an example. Supplier, I am trying to implement logic like returning current date. So for that, I am not passing any input. Local date. I am expecting local date. So supplier reference. So supplier won't accept any input, but it will return result of any type. In this case, I am trying to return local date. Local date dot now. So now I am trying to call supplier of get. So it will return local date. Let me try to assign to a variable. Now let me print result local date. Local date. Now let me run. So I am getting current date. So this is the one of the use case of supplier. We can think instead of writing this local date directly we can write without using supplier like this. Let me write that and comment it out supplier. Now let me run one more time. So still I am getting same result. So here local date dot now tightly coupled with main method. So I want to get local date in another method. So again I need to create local date dot now. So this is called duplication of code and moreover that tightly coupled. So instead of that, write supplier implementation with lambda expression inside an utility class, call that get method. So then inside main method and other method also wherever you are required. So duplication of code will be eliminated. So this is the one of the use case about supplier dot get. Let me write one more example. So one more example will be use case. I am trying to get 6-digit OTP. In real time, many applications we are seeing right 6-digit OTP. Let me implement that 6-digit OTP with supplier. So supplier for generating 6-digit OTP input is not required, but I want expecting 6-digit OTP. So OTP will be of integer type. So I can make it as a reference type OTP. Supplier get method won't accept any parameter. So to generate OTP, first I need to create object for random class. New random. Next, our target will be 6-digit OTP. So first we need to specify minimum value and maximum value of 6-digit. So insert minimum value will be 1000000. This is the minimum value of 6-digit and same for maximum value of 6-digit. Our OTP will be within this range. Maximum value of 6-digit will be 999 and 999. Now let me build that logic. So we have a method called next int inside that random class which is expecting integer type. So in this case I am writing logic like max minus min plus 1 and again I am adding min. So max first will be max. So first I will get an integer I am passing to next int of random class. Once I got some number, so it may be 2-digit or 3-digit. it must be less than 6 digits. So once I got that number, I am adding with minimum number. Then I will get 6-digit number only. So now let me call OTP out dot get, trying to assign to a variable and say 6-digit OTP. Now let me print it. Now let me run. So I'm getting 6-digit OTP. Let me run couple of times. So each time I'm getting 6 digit of different OTP. So this is the use case about supplier. So here I write two use cases depending on requirement. So the requirement will be we are not passing any input, but we are expecting some output of any type. In that case, supplier will be useful. So supplier won't have special cases like by supplier. Here first three have two argument special cases called by function, by predicate, by consumer. So there is no concept called by supplier. But one special case we have in supplier called int supplier, double supplier, long supplier. So instead of writing supplier of integer, we can write directly int supplier. Int supplier. Let me replace with int supplier. So int supplier has different method, that is get as int. Get as int. Now let me run one more time. So still I am getting same output after replacing int supplier. So this is the special case and use case about supplier. So when comparing with all these three, supplier will be very easy. Supplier won't have any default methods and abstract method. Default and static methods. So let me write on conclusion table. Then you will remember about all these four functional interface long time. Let me write the table. So first it will be input. Next I'm trying to write output. Which type of input each functional interface is expecting and output is returning. So function will be input type, expectation of function will be any type. So you can pass any type of it may be collection, custom object, wrapper object, whatever it may be, you can pass. Output also you can get any type of output you can expect anytime. So for predicate, input will be any type of input you can pass, but output will be always boolean. And consumer, input will be any type, it won't produce any output. No output. So same for supplier. Supplier is opposite to consumer. It won't expect any input, no input, but it will produce any type of output. Output will be any type. So this is the input type and output special cases for all these four functional interfaces. Let me write one more thing about which abstract method contain each functional interface. Only one abstract method have right each functional interface, that is, let me write abstract method. Function have abstract method called apply. So we need to know which functional interface have which abstract method. It is very important when you are trying to implement streams. Apply. Predicate have abstract method called test. Consumer have abstract method called accept. Supplier have abstract method called get. Recently was you see right this one and abstract method also covered. So one more thing will be default and static methods. Default and static methods. So function have default and static methods like and then compose. And one more static method is identity. These are the default and static methods present inside function. And predicate we have default and static methods called and, comma, or, comma, not, negate. So these are the default and static method present inside predicate. And consumer, when it comes to consumer has only one default method, that is and then. All these default and static methods are used for if we are trying to do transformations by using this functional interface, corresponding functional interface. These default and static methods will be useful. So last one, supplier, no default methods and static method inside supplier. We can observe here. So this is the conclusion about all these four functional interfaces. Once you understand this concept, it will be easy when you are trying to learn streams concept. So otherwise it will be horrible. So we have utility methods inside streams class like filter, map, reduce, for each. These are the some methods. So each method is expecting one type of functional interface. So if we can consider filter is expecting predicate. So without knowing predicate, we are starting to learn streams of filter, then it will be horrible for you. Why? Because what is predicate, which abstract method contains predicate, and what is the input for that predicate and what is the output. So without knowing all these things, we are start to learn streams, there will be noise. You are writing the code blindly. So don't do like that. First start learning functional interfaces, then start learn streams. So this is the conclusion about functional interfaces. Same for two argument functional interfaces also. It will be applicable. So by function means same as function, but the difference is by means two inputs it will expect, but output will be any type. By predicate means two type of inputs, the type will be any type, but always written boolean. By consumer, two inputs of type t means any type we can pass, but output will be no output. There is no concept called by supplier, so we can ignore about two argument by supplier. So this is the conclusion table about all four functional interfaces. If you found the content is valuable and you learned something new, please subscribe Programming KT and like the video. Thank you.